Okay, let's start. Let's talk about what is actually web development. Web development means building a website. It simply means, in simple terms, it's mean building a website. Building a website. Web development means. So what is the website? How are we gonna know what is a website? Websites mean. What does it mean by this? Website mean. Let's explain. It's a simple app. Simple app, which you don't need to download. You can just access it www. You don't need to go to Play Store and download, then open, then create account, then use. No, you don't need to use like that. You just open your Chrome, then create account, or no, go to that website, then create account, then use. And if for another website or anything you don't need to download, just go to another www.yt.com and anything else. That's a website. It's an easy tool to use. You don't need to download anything. You can just access it from anywhere and everywhere. Okay, we know about what is a website. So what is actually web development? Building this kind of website. So we need knowledge to build this kind of website. Okay. So what does it need to make a website? To make a simple and static simple website, we just need 3 programming language. Okay, we need a programming language. Like if we want to make a game, we can use C#, and more. And if we are working with something else, like we can use Java, like that. And for website, we use these 3 things to make a simple website. These 3 things are, you can say, if you know with these 3 things, we can make a simple website. We can make a static website, even animated website. And with this branch of JavaScript, there are a lot of things with JavaScript. JavaScript, it's now very wide and very big thing nowadays. Like if you want to make anything, we can just use JavaScript. If you want to make mobile app, we can use JavaScript. We need a tool called React Native, and we can make a mobile app. If you want to make website, we can use JavaScript. And if you want to make a backend logic, a big logic system, we can use JavaScript. So it's a big thing. So now we know that HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, these are the main things. These are the fundamental things to make a simple website. Okay, so we need 3 things here, like 1, 2, 3, 3 language to make only single one website. So there are some rule divided to this each of things to do their work. HTML has a work to do his job. CSS has a job, and JavaScript has a job. So let's talk about what are those jobs. What are the jobs of? What are the work? What are the real use of these 3 things? So first, HTML. Like HTML is a structure of a thing. Like if we represent with a human body, so it should be bones. Yeah, bones. It should be bones. The HTML is a structure where you can define a structure from div and a lot of things. CSS means styling the thing. Okay, styling. Like you can say it's about in human body, it's like muscles and your body, your face and your clothes. It is CSS. Now JavaScript is a function. Like JavaScript, you can say in a human body is a brain. JavaScript is a brain. Okay, JavaScript is a brain. So HTML for structure, HTML for the basic structure, CSS for designing, and JavaScript is a brain, a main thing. JavaScript main. So okay, we know about these things. Now let's understand this. When we go to a website, we call www.google.com. So what actually happens when we click enter? What actually happens in the Chrome? Like it should not be magically appearing anything, and we can see anything like coding things you saw in other things and coming up. We can see a simple website coming. So how it is coming? And like I said earlier, we use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to create website. And we can see any HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So where are those JavaScript, HTML, and CSS? We are just seeing photos, videos, and the result thing. So what is actually happening behind the things? So first of all, a user, and this is a Chrome. Okay, you can say this is a browser. Okay, so you user X to your browser. I want to go to this website. Okay, then let's suppose we are going to google.com. Okay, browser get the request. Then it will send to Google servers. There will be a lot of servers. Okay, a request to server. Google server. So the request will go to the server. In this case, it is Google server. Google server. It is now in a Google server. So we send a request to that. We send a request to Chrome. Chrome send a request behalf of us to Google server. How we know it is a Google server? Because we type google.com. Okay, so it send a request to Google server, and Google server process it. Okay, process it, and give a result to the Chrome. And Chrome again process it, and make a humanly understandable possible and give it to us. Now let's watch in this whole process where is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It is here and here. We store that code, that HTML, CSS, JavaScript in the server. Then when we request something, we will just send that HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to Chrome. Then Chrome is an engine. Okay, it's an engine. So it will do something. It will calculate everything, and it will execute that code in the Chrome. Then it will show to us. Roughly, this is happening behind the scenes. Okay, that's all. And from everything roughly this is happening in this website. When you hit www.google.com, it's happening this, and it is same in every website, and every website you enter, it is the same. Okay, now you know the basic of fundamental, the basic of what is web and how this web is working. But HTML, CSS, and JS, this is not enough to build very heavy website. Nowadays you are seeing a lot of heavy website, like a lot of time you are seeing a cool animated website, you are seeing 3D website, you are seeing the banking system, the whole banking system is working in a website, and the YouTube system, the Google, everything is working in the everything is working very heavily, and only these three things can handle. We need to get a lot of things, we need to involve a lot of things here, because only these three are used to make a simple website. You see a restaurant, when you scan a you see a restaurant menu is made in CSS, but bank system, it is very you need to be very secure. Okay, you need to be very secure, and a lot of things should be hidden. We can show to a user. We can show it to user. So how this can what are the things else? What else we can use to make websites? And like HTML is a very basic thing, writing things, HTML, CSS, writing thing, and we can mix these three. Like if you want to make a website, so we need to make 3 separate files here. Okay, and then think about there are a lot of pages in a website, so we need to get a lot of HTML files. Like think about a blog website. Think about it. And like daily, there are a lot of blogs, thousands or millions of blogs, and a server, how much that can hold? It's a server. It has RAM. Okay, it has GBs. How much it can store? It cannot store a lot. Okay, so there are a lot of millions, billions, even trillions of files. If we only make these 3 files and make blocks, it will be a lot. So for this, we use another tools, another libraries, another framework, which are made by big companies, big tech giants, which are made by communities to make developer experience better, make security better, and make things more better. Okay, that's fundamental thing. We need to first learn from the fundamental. HTML is the starting point. HTML, CSS, then JavaScript. Then later we will go to watch a lot of things. Like if we are moving toward to creative development with the designing kind of things, and we are going with 3D things, so we will use 3JS. JavaScript is a very broad, very big library. It is the brain, so we need to. It is the brain. If we don't want to use 3JS, we can just use JavaScript. But it will be a lot of repetitive work. If someone done that work and done that work earlier, so we can just use it like that. That's called libraries. Libraries mean a code which is already written by a user or by someone written by someone, and we can just pull that code and use that. Like for 3D things, there are a lot of repetitive things we need to do if we are not using 3JS. So we can use 3JS to reduce repetitive things like that. That's our library. So we use a lot of libraries to make our development faster, and to for the security purposes, and a lot of for making website more faster, and a lot of things, like a lot of unnecessary things where can be loaded if we use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Like the server is sending these 3 files, so all code will be sending via here. So if we are wanting only a small section of a website, let's suppose the website is very long. Okay, I'm explaining here. Let's suppose the website is very long, but the mobile is very small, so it's rendered this part only. Okay, so if we are getting requests from here, like here, so it will be sending everything here. It will be sending everything. So first we need to click www.com. Okay, www.bank.com. So it will take a lot of time to load this all. So it will be very hard. So we use some tools and libraries to reduce this. Like if a user seeing this part only, so we will just fetch that only from the server. Okay, there will be codes between server and here to load this content only. Then use our scroller. Then we will load this part only. Then use our scroll again, and we will load this part. For that kind of purposes, we use libraries and frameworks. Libraries like React. React is a library. We use libraries too. And nowadays there are a lot of libraries and a lot of options we can choose. And the main things and the trendy things is ManStack. Okay, Mans means MongoDB. Mongo is a thing. MongoDB is if we are storing a lot of files, so we can store everything here in a server. We need a database. Database means where we will store the files. Okay, that if we are storing only programming things in a server, not the file. So file will be stored here. Express to make a server. Express is a server to make a server. Okay, R means React. React means HTML, CSS, JavaScript. This all mix up and created in one file. We can write HTML, CSS, JavaScript in a single file. So that is React. Then Node.js for running everything. We need to run those files, those backend files. We can show everything. We can, like Chrome can run everything with the code, but we want to run code here, pre-render. We can render, like I said earlier in this example, like the website need to render fully. So if we send everything to Chrome will try to do that same thing. It try to render everything, but we will use Node.js and render that file in a server already, and we will just send only parts. one by one. So for that purpose, we will use Node.js. So I've talked a lot, and I know the half of thing is going up, and you probably not understanding a lot of things, but yeah, I mean this will be make sense with another video I will make. Okay, so Manstack. So in this series we will be learning Manstack. There are a lot of more steps, but if you want to learn this one first, so we can another things are based on this, so we can just look at once and we will understand everything. Okay, in this video we will start by HTML, CSS, JS, then move to React, then back to Node.js, Express, and more. And here it is not a full roadmap. I will share the roadmap in the link sorry, links in the description, which is from roadmap.sh. Roadmap.sh is a website where you can get the roadmap, and you can search there too, and I will add the link in the description too. Okay, we learned a lot of things so far, and we okay, that should be enough for this video. So in the next video we will be learning HTML first. And okay, I want to say one thing more, like AI is moving a lot faster, but to understand the code what is it giving, we need to know the fundamentals only. We don't need to go deep dive. We don't need to deep dive a lot. Okay, so this new series will be according to AI. Like AI will give you a lot of code, and if you don't understand it, it is a black box. You don't understand anything. So for that, in my series, in this new series, we are not deep diving into big concept. We will not, for HTML, we are not taking weeks. We are just learning what matters, and we can just in this if you want to make a simple website, and we can just one click it from any website and any agent, and we can make it. But we need to understand what is making. For that only purpose we are just learning that. So in the next video we are learning HTML, but only what matters HTML, but learn only what matters. Okay, I will explain the topics, and I will generate a code from any AI, and we will just watch it and understand it, what it is using for and why it's using for. Okay, I will first understand small things like what is H1, H2, S3, what is blah 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 blah. I will show you in the next video, and we will just understand what is that, and we don't need to go deep dive there, because this is new era and we need to learn like this too. So if you like my video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's all.